Hello my friends, it's Zachary. I'm taking the time here to sit down and make a video to elaborate on a video I made yesterday with Dan McDonald, which is the power of conscious co-creation and conscious intention to manifest what we want in our world. Specifically, I'm going to speak about that in regards to health, because I know a lot of people that watch Dan's channel and have come over to my channel are interested in health. So, how do we use the power of intention to create vitality and health in our life? Before I get into that, I'm going to talk a little bit about how we use it to create disease in the first place. Here's an example. Someone is pretty healthy, they're not vibrantly healthy or anything, but they're doing well. They don't have, any chronic ailments. And then they go to the doctor and they get a checkup. And the doctor says to them, you have a tumor, or you have cancer, or whatever the case may be. And once this is implanted in the person's head, they start to feel bad. They start to feel poorly. Their health starts to decline very rapidly. The tumor starts to grow. The cancer starts to spread. Why is this? Prior to going into the doctor, they felt pretty good. They were just going in for a checkup. So why all of a sudden does this start happening so quickly for them? It's because they're focusing their attention on it, and their emotions are very, very intense at that time. Because if you're told you have a life-threatening disease, of course your heart's going to start beating, your stomach's going to get into a knot, your mind's going to start racing, you're going to start thinking about all the negative things, and your body's going to respond to that. So, the way to use intention and focus to heal is to start telling yourself, I am well, I am healthy, I am abundant in health, I am abundant in vitality. Now you might be thinking to yourself, how is this going to work? The disease is the disease, and it's not going to listen to you, and you're not going to believe it in the first place. Well, that's where the raw foods come in. That's where the orange juice comes in. That's where the salads come in. That's where the green juices come in. That's where the fruit comes in. That's where the herbs come in. Because we have to do everything we can in our physical reality to mirror that which we want. So, if we're doing everything in our physical reality possible, we're drinking the orange juice, we're going for walks out in nature, we're doing deep breathing, we're practicing self-love. Then, when we start to tell ourselves, I am well, I am healed, I am healthy, our body starts to respond in a positive way. Now this is a very subtle truth I'm going to speak to, which when I speak with my clients, it really makes a profound shift for them. A lot of people focus on the healing process. I am healing. I am healing my body. I am healing. Well, guess what? You're going to continue to be healing. The ing makes it a verb. It perpetuates. So, instead of saying, I am healing, say, I am healed. And even beyond that, I am healthy. I am healthy. I am vibrantly healthy. And watch how the shift happens. Now to reiterate, we have to do everything in our power in our physical reality to give ourselves faith in ourselves. Because just jumping into I am well, I am well, I am well when you're diagnosed with a life-threatening disease isn't going to work for most people. Now don't get me wrong, there are people that can do this. They're very powerful and they know it. They can change the reality. My ex-girlfriend's father actually doesn't eat very healthy, but he was able to start growing hair back on his head because of his power of intention. He's a very powerful man, he's very wealthy, and he said, I'm going to shift and use this to grow hair on my head, and he absolutely did. So there are people that can do this, but for most of us, we have to do everything in our physical reality in order to believe that which we're telling ourselves in regards to that which is not. We're not healthy yet, but we are working towards it by setting our intentions. And again, it's not, I'm just saying working towards it, but in reality what we are is we're saying, I am healthy, I am vibrant. So, that's the way to do this. Now, another thing that this can be used for is relationships. If you're in a relationship that has gone sour, the first thing to do is to take a step back one day and go be alone and focus on that which you want out of the relationship. And then surrender to the fact that it might not be with this particular person. And that goes for intimate relationships, relationships with your friends, with your family, with your coworkers, with anyone. We focus on that which we love about the relationship. And then we let the rest go. And we surrender to that this person very well may reflect back to us what we desire, but they very well may not. And we have to trust that the universe is going to provide us with someone else in our life that will match us on our vibrational frequency. Now I'm asked all the time, like, what about family members? Like, what about if I have a poor relationship with my mother? What if I have a poor relationship with my father? What if I want a father in my life? What if I want this father figure in my life? Well, the cool part about that is, it might not be your blood father or your blood mother, but the universe will provide you with a motherly or fatherly figure. If you want to be nurtured by a mother, focus on that. Focus on all that you want from your particular mother. And even if she's passed away, that doesn't matter, because the universe is going to provide you with another being to take that role on and love it. So these are our spiritual, our soul mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters and friends. So if you want someone in your life, know that you're worthy and focus on it. Focus on that. Focus on what you want and watch the universe bring it to you. I'm not going to say any names, but there's a very special person that is my friend. It's a new friend, and what he wanted in his life was a nurturing mother, and he never got that from his biological mother. And just recently a woman came into his life that is providing him with this. She's older, they're not intimate by any means, it's not like a sexual relationship, it's a mother-son relationship. And the cool thing about it is she actually lost her son at one point. He passed away. So she was calling in a son, and she got it in this man. So it's miraculous what the universe will provide you with when we surrender and say, it doesn't have to be this person, or it doesn't have to be this way, but we're going to get what we radiate and what we want, what we co-create. What about on a different level? What about if we want a better relationship with ourselves? How do we do that? Same thing. We do everything we can in our power to nurture ourselves. We go into the mirror, we look into our eyes and we say, I love you. And you ask, what if I don't believe that I love me? What if I don't feel worthy of my own love? Well, start treating yourself to good things. Again, raw foods, Buying that inspirational book, listening to inspirational music, treating yourself to a day off, calling in work. And don't say, hey, I'm calling in sick. Say, hey, I'm calling in because I need some time to myself so that I can be the best version and the happiest version of myself. Just be honest with your boss. Just say, hey, look, I need to take time to myself today, and I'm going to come back stronger tomorrow. Thanks very much. And that's it. Do these things in the physical reality to perpetuate and to solidify in your consciousness that you're doing everything in your power to reflect back that which you need and that which you desire. And self-love is the first thing right there. If you want to heal, if you want to attract relationships, if you want to attract abundance, you have to love yourself first and foremost. You have to have confidence in yourself. You have to feel self-worth. So before we dive into anything else, start there. Start with self-love. And then start working on the health. Then start working on the abundance in relationships. Then start working on monetary abundance. And watch how the universe provides for you. You are worthy of everything that your heart desires. The heart is where spirit communicates to us through. Our mind can get stuck and full of, as we said yesterday in the video, it gets stuck and full with conceptions from other people. Those aren't yours. Let that go. Let it go. It's very much the same thing with the stuff that sticks in our intestinal walls. When we cleanse with the foods, the raw foods and the enemas and the colonics, we're getting rid of impacted fecal matter that doesn't belong to us anymore. Same thing with our thoughts. It's like impacted fecal matter in our brain. It's not ours. Flush the toilet. That's it. Light an incense. Get on with your day. Have a nice time. Work towards it. Work towards it. Work towards it. And then you can listen to your heart. Because your heart is not going to send you astray. It's really not. Your heart is going to take you on a miraculous journey to experience all the bliss and the joy that you came here to experience. One last thing in regards to that. People say, I grow from painful experiences. What about that? And I say, absolutely true. I feel there's two ways to grow. Pain and joy. Both of which lead to, ultimately, love. If you're going through a painful experience, you might need that in order to humble yourself. You might need to check yourself. You might start becoming arrogant or egotistical or cocky. So the universe is going to show you some pain so that you can really check yourself. And pain is also there as a compass. If we think we want something and ultimately it brings us pain from our heart and in our intestines and our feeling down here, then we know that it's an ego trip and it's not what we really need. So we have to surrender to that. Now, on the other coin, if we're going on the joy, that's generally when we're growing from our heart center, and that's really where we want to go. Our minds are our tools. They're not who we are, and they're not here to control us. By following our joy and our bliss, we're able to learn how to expand and how to have fun. And that's contagious. And if we want to change the world, we have to start here. It starts here, it moves on to the friends, it moves on to the family, it moves on to the community, it moves on to your state, it moves on to your country, it moves on to your continent, it moves on to the world, and it moves on to the universe. We're that powerful. It's all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. So, we are that powerful. When we pull on the string, the rest of the web of creation is affected by that. So, we want to have a less polluted world. We want to have a happier world. It starts right here inside of us. Never forget that. Never forget how powerful you are. Never forget that you are worthy of all good things in life. And if you have to have a painful experience to help you realize that, that's okay. Bless that experience. Bless the disease that you got. Bless the conditions. Bless the relationship that faltered, that brought you a lot of heartache. Bless that, and then let it go. And then start focusing on that which we want. I have a saying, and it makes people laugh, and I'll share this with you because hopefully you can get a laugh out of this now. Everybody steps in dog shit from time to time. That does not mean that we need to leave it on our shoe and walk in our house with it. You know what I'm saying? So that relationship or that disease was like stepping in dog shit. That's okay. Everybody does it from time to time. Let's go wash our shoe off. Let's go wash our shoe off. And if it got too bad, if it really destroyed your shoe, if it really got in there, then just throw the shoes away and go buy a new pair of shoes. I hope that metaphor resonates with you. I hope you got a good laugh out of this. I hope this video has helped you. I wish you guys very well. And I'm sending blessings and love from my heart to yours. And I hope that you guys have a mystical, magical day. Thanks for watching. Peace.